What's the most terrifying, unstoppable pathogen on Earth? It's not Ebola and it's not rabies. It's not a virus, bacteria, or a fungus. It's just a misfolded protein. But once it locks onto a human, it has a 100% fatality rate. No cure, no vaccine. Once symptoms set in, there's no turning back. It's called the prion. Most people have heard the name, but they have no idea how deadly it really is. Today, I'm breaking down 3 critical things you need to know. Where do prions come from? Are regular people at risk of infection? And if you're unlucky enough to get infected, what happens to your brain and body step by step? First, let's throw out everything you think you know about biology. Viruses and bacteria all have their own genetic material. They need to replicate and rely on a host to survive. But prions have none of that. It's actually a normal protein already inside the human body, but one day its spatial structure misfolds completely and turns abnormal. Here's the twisted part. This single defective protein acts like a bad influence. It forces every normal protein around it to twist into the same abnormal structure. It triggers a chain reaction and spreads infinitely, slowly eating away at your brain. It leaves brain tissue riddled with tiny holes until your nervous system collapses completely and your body shuts down. You're probably wondering, does this deadly killer protein appear out of nowhere or does it have other sources? In fact, there are only 3 ways prions develop. Number 1, spontaneous mutation. Everyone has normal prion proteins in their body. As we age and cells replicate, random errors can cause a protein to misfold all of a sudden, totally random and without any warning. Number 2, genetic inheritance. Some people are born with genetic defects that make them prone to developing prion disease. If a parent develops it, their offspring will most likely inherit the same deadly condition, basically a natural death curse. Number 3, external transmission. This is the biggest risk for ordinary people. You can get infected by consuming contaminated animal nerve tissue, coming into contact with nervous system tissue, or through hospital-acquired cross-infection. Once these abnormal prion proteins enter your body, they start destroying you slowly. At this point, many people care most about one thing. What daily activities can get you infected? Is regular daily contact safe? Let me put your mind at ease first. Regular handshakes, eating together, droplet exposure, and daily social contact, none of these can spread prions. There are only 3 real high-risk infection routes. First, digestive tract infection. Eating the brain, spinal cord, or internal organs of dead, sick livestock in unknown wild game is extremely dangerous, especially nerve tissue from mad cow disease-infected cattle. Historically, ritual cannibalism in some tribes once caused massive prion disease outbreaks. Second, iatrogenic infection. Contaminated surgical instruments, transplanted infected corneas or dura mater, and outdated biological agents can spread prions silently. What's even scarier? Regular boiling, high-heat sterilization, UV light, and radiation, none of these can kill prions at all. Third, contact through broken skin or mucous membranes. If you have an open wound and directly touch the brain tissue, cerebrospinal fluid, or blood of infected patients or livestock, prions can invade your body through the wound. Think about this. If you're accidentally infected with prions, you won't get sick right away. It can lay dormant for years, even decades, and you'll look and act completely normal. But once the incubation period ends and symptoms start showing, there's no reversing the damage to your body and brain. What terrifying changes will your body go through? First, an extremely long incubation period. For years or even decades, your appearance, intelligence, and movement stay perfectly normal. You'll never know you've already been given a death sentence. Then, early symptoms start to appear. Sudden insomnia, drastic mood swings, depression and anxiety, and a total change in personality. Your memory drops sharply, you get confused easily, judgment becomes impaired, and you start walking unsteadily. In the middle stage, the horror gets way worse. Unsteady walking, loss of limb control, uncontrollable trembling and twitching, blurred vision, hallucinations, confusion of consciousness, rapid dementia, slurred speech, and even difficulty swallowing. The final stage is total physical and mental collapse. Large numbers of brain neurons die off, leaving brain tissue spongy and full of holes. Your body stiffens up, you become bedridden and paralyzed, lose consciousness and memory, and eventually pass away from lung infection and multiple organ failure. The cruelest part? Once the first symptoms appear, modern medicine has no effective treatment at all. You can only watch the patient decline step by step. It's 100% incurable. There are 4 common types of human prion diseases. First, Creutzfeld's-Jakob disease, the most common, mostly spontaneous. It causes rapid dementia and nerve failure, leading to death quickly. Second, variant Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. This is mad cow disease that spreads to humans, caused by eating contaminated beef nerve tissue. Third, Kuru disease, caused by tribal cannibalism, leading to severe cerebellar damage and full-body motor dysfunction. Fourth, fatal familial insomnia, a genetic disorder that starts with total insomnia followed by full nervous system collapse. Death is inevitable. To sum up the 3 most terrifying traits of prions: 1. 100% fatality rate, no cure once symptoms develop. 2. Extremely resistant, regular disinfection methods can't kill them. 3. An ultra-long incubation period with 0 visible symptoms while dormant. For ordinary people, the best prevention is simple. Never eat unknown wild game, avoid eating the brain and spinal cord of sick animals, and steer clear of unidentifiable nerve tissue contact. This is enough to avoid almost all risks. I'll leave you with one final question. Between prions, rabies, and Ebola, which one do you think is the most terrifying pathogen? Drop your opinion in the comments.